What's going on, guys? Today we're going to show you how to build some catfish jugs. These are some of my favorite ways to fish. It's kind of cool because you get to build the whole jug. It's all DIY, and then you get to throw them out, and you can hook like a freaking whole chicken thigh on these things and toss those things. And to be honest with you, they catch some gnarly fish. Some real big mamma jammas. I'm gonna show you guys how I build mine. There's like 18 different ways you can do it. Let's get out in the garage. Let's build some catfish jugs. All right, guys, we're in the shop. I'm gonna show you how to build these things. So what you're gonna need is just a couple ingredients. You need some pool floaties, I guess. I usually have them like laying around from like last year. I'll build a couple, but just so you can see, this is our end goal right here. So you got your weight, you got your hook, which changing this hook out because I like the big circle hooks, and I number all mine, and then I put how many feet of line there are in these, because if you're in like a 25-foot channel and you throw down 17 foot, it's gonna literally just float away. So, and you know, not the end of the world, but just kind of a little bit OCD, I guess. Let's get back to materials. Pool floaty. Honestly, the red ones, they suck. I don't know why, or pink or whatever, but they seem to be like cheaper material. Just, I don't know, I don't get it. But I like green. I could see green in the water really well. The yellow-ish are probably the easiest to see in the water, or an orange, but nobody's ever had orange for sale. So you'll need 3/4 PVC pipe. I usually have this stuff laying around because I do construction anyway. But one stick is like $7, super cheap. So for one stick, you'll need two pool noodles. So $7 for the stick. $4 each, depending on where you get them. You can get them for $1 at Walmart. You can get these anywhere. So it really varies in price. But I paid $4 at the dollar store, so $8. And then you'll need, the way I do it, tees for the PVC. So I buy these in a big case because I make a lot of them, and like I'll probably use one of these cases a year, and this case costs $8. So for me, it's, you know, we're always like tossing one because it broke or something happened and making another one or whatever. So I just, whatever. $8. Then you'll need some type of line. On all of these, I have 200-pound bow fishing test line that I bought way back that was sitting in God knows where forever, and I just had it. So you can use like 60-pound braid. You can use, I wouldn't use like fluorocarbon monofilament. I don't know why, I just never have. I like braid, but cheaper route is to go to your local hardware store, big box store, whatever you want to call it. Buy you some Mason twine. This stuff should be good. It'll get you out there, right? Like, we're not sitting here making forever jugs. We're gonna be fixing them, doing things, this and that all the time. So this is the cheaper route. The other thing you're gonna need, circle hooks. I like these big boys, the 8/0 from Laser Shark. I have them on. I have them on some of my other ones and never lost a fish. The only reason I've ever lost a fish was because of the knot. We tied a polymer knot, and I should have tied a uni knot or something different, a fisherman's knot or whatever it's called, because then I think it cinches on it when you pull it, versus like, all I can say is it was because the knot broke, not because the hook lost. Right? And try to be like, when you're doing this, try, just try. I know it's hard for some people. I brought some guys on the boat, and I'm like, yo, I'm very meticulous about my stuff. I like to have my stuff just organized. So I like my weights to be, I like it to be a package deal, right? All right, moving on. Tape. I always tape my jugs. I always label my jugs. I even, at one point would put on the label what we're throwing on there, just so like we have analytics of like what they'll actually eat. I'll put live bait, I'll put chicken gizzards, chicken thighs, whatever, right? So just a little, you know, and then like when you're done, you just wrap another piece of tape over it and you got a clean slate. The other thing you're gonna need, sinkers. I get these locally from a guy, he makes them. I've got 4 and 5 ounce sinkers, so I would just kind of like, anything going deep, 20 feet or over, throw a 5 ounce on. Anything 20 feet or less, I throw a 4 ounce on. Does not have any weight or any rhyme or reason for that. It's just kind of like just what I've done, okay? Then you will need a way to cut everything. This is the easiest way. I do have pliers that actually just cut right through the PVC, but look, I don't know what happened to them. So we're gonna do this today to show you how easy it can be. And the last thing, you'll either need super glue, which you have to be super freaking fast with, or some type of like regular glue. This is just Gorilla Glue. Either works, doesn't matter. You just want to glue the T on. So let's get to assembling. What I do, for starters, I usually cut it, about 14 inches. Also, fun fact, you can use electrical conduit too. Doesn't matter. Whatever you got, make it easy. I will take my PVC, and I will measure it out. So we're going 14, 28, so that gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gave me 8 jugs. Now, you could, I just think 14 is a sweet spot. You don't need them any bigger. The reason why I do it like this is because I tie through right here. So I'll tie it through, I'll run the line through, I'll tie it to the T up here, and so that your pole point's down here. So when it's sitting in the water like this, which I'll put a video right here.
Oh, damn!
You can see in that video that it pulls it up like this. So all the buoyancy of the noodle is above them and they can't pull it under. So I just always thought 14 is, you know, and it fits in here. We're not like having like jugs that big. Let's go ahead and cut these. Found my snips. This is not the easiest pike to cut. I think it's schedule 40, so it's a little bit stronger than normal, but boom. Hey, I don't know what are you making schedule 40 pipe out of now? This stuff is freaking diesel. A little chippy, not biggie. Alright, now if you measure them correctly, so I have this little piece, whatever. But if you measured them out and did like the math on 8 feet, you could get, you know, but look, see, like they don't have to be perfect. These are 2 different lengths. Who cares? You know what I mean? As long as they're within that normal, like, range, you're good to go. Now, the next part. Right. So I try not to use super glue. Super glue will, especially stuff I have for like woodworking, instant. You can even use plumber's glue. Doesn't matter. You want to glue them. You want to glue them because if they all come apart in the water and it gets all messed up, you don't want that. So it just really, you know, just a little schwitzel. That's it. Throw it in there. There we go. See? Now here's another thing you need to watch out for too. Right there. That is no bueno for lying. So we're gonna actually like sand these down on the edges because we want that line to never rub against that. Because if you're pulling it up or something, or they're pulling it down consistently, it'll snap the line. This is how, when I was in plumbing, I learned how to cut pipe with a saw blade. We would tape it. So we would take some duct tape or electrical tape, usually whatever we're using to, you know, block off pipes for pressure test or whatever. We would just give it the old prison shank vibes, you know? Boom. Hands. That's it. So through that. Here, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get sander down. Just make sure there's no hard edges. That's all you want. Now, no hard edges. I'm a fly murderer. Now, we're gonna cut the actual buoyancy portion. Now, they don't really go past like that part. So you basically want to just kind of give yourself a little bit. You don't want it all the way. So you just kind of want to have a little bit sticking out. So we're going to take our shape. We're just going to pull it. Heat it up. Then slide it in. Now these are pretty, they're not loose. I mean, they're loose, but they're not. You could go one step further and let's see, like when you lock it into that teeth, it's pretty good. But then you have your little bit sticking out. You could go one step further and you could put some glue like right here, and then boom, pop it on, and it'll dry and it'll be somewhat substantial. I haven't had to do that, and honestly, I don't like to do that because when they get ripped, beat up, squished, whatever, I like to pull them off and put new floats on them. So, all right, next step. As you can tell, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, one pack is essentially 8 jugs. Now, the next thing I'll do, pull some tape. I'll wrap it. And not only does this let me know that, like, you know, a lot of people are doing this, right? So there's a lot of different jugs out there, a lot of the same colors, all that kind of stuff. So just having one piece of tape lets you identify that it's your jug. I think we landed on 22. So we're going to start labeling these. This will be 23. And that's how we'll do it. So we'll go 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So exactly 30 jugs. Let's get to that. Okay. Next step. I'm sure half of this stuff you can find in your garage too. So, pretty good stuff. Not bad. Obviously, it freaking blows up right as you open it, as it always does. I'll take this, feed it through, go all the way to the bottom. Get it to come out. Like that. Now, this makes it easy to replace. I mean, you could easily just cut it off, but I don't know. It's just what I've done. And I've been successful at it. As you can tell, we've pulled up a lot of different fish. So, make a loop end. I will then take this and I'll wrap it and get it right down on it. Just like that. Now, that is coming through. It's wrapped around. It ain't going nowhere. Next step. The easiest thing to do is this. Well, it's like 6 feet. So, I'll take this. We want roughly 20 feet, right? So we'll go 6, 12, 18, 19, 20. We'll cut it off. There. Now, I put my hook on. The reason I put my hook on first is because I want to know how much I'm going to use to put the hook on. This wrapper. Put your finger in. Boom. Wrap it right. Wrap it right. Bring it for it. Around. Bring it back through. Get back through. Give it the old tug. Center down. Should be good. You're gonna take your tag end, give it one of these, and melt it together. It's gonna keep it from coming apart. There. Beautiful. Now when you pull it, boom, hook it in. So I kind of just give it one of these, about 18 to 20 inches, create a loop, and I just do like a modified polymer knot. So I'll come in, that, bring it around, tie it off, swoop it around, dip it in, and boom. Now, when this drops down, this is the easiest way to get them off too, because sometimes weights, get snagged or breaks or whatever. This will drop in, and this will just kind of be like hanging around outside the weight, kind of wherever it goes. If it's gizzards, it'll float, whatever. That's it. Throw that out. Now you take this, I'll go up, and then I'll wrap it back around like that. It's gonna keep everything straight, tight, where it needs to be. Then what I do is, when I'm rolling them up, because I like to keep my things very organized, I will take this, and I'll hook myself in the gonads, and I'll hold this part tight, right? And then I will basically wrap it on itself. Boom, boom. Hook in, done deal. You have a catfish jug. Now, the last thing I do is I'll take this, and we know that this one is going to be 20 feet. So on it, I will mark it. Done deal. 20 feet. What is this? Number 23. 5-ounce circle hook. Fine. She's ready to roll. All right, guys, let's go over cost before we end this video. Let's call it $8 for the pipe. $8 for that, $9, $8 for the jug, padding, the noodles, whatever you want to call it, $9 for the teas. And honestly, I didn't even use half of them, so we'll leave that at $4. The grand cost. $4 for the twine. I had the glue, so I'm not going to do that. Hooks were $10, I believe, and that's really all you need to make it. So you're looking at $34 for 8 jugs divided by 8. So each jug costs $4.25. So it can be cheap, it can be effective, and you can have a lot of fun. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna do a lot more how-tos. Our how-to live well video is doing really well, and I think people like to learn. So we'll continue doing it. But anyway, hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know you want to see. See you on the next one. Peace.